Do you feel that? That heat that spreads across your chest, the sudden, tight knot in your stomach, the way your jaw clenches without you even realizing it, so tight you can feel the ache in your temples. It's the feeling when one thoughtless word, one dismissive gesture, one unfair judgment thrown your way can demolish the peace you've spent all day building. You feel the control slipping. You feel your emotions being hijacked by someone else. You feel yourself handing over the keys to your inner world, and they barge in, leaving a trail of chaos. And you are left powerless, burning with an anger that consumes you from the inside, and haunted by one repeating question: why did I let that happen? Again? But what if I told you there is a way to make it stop, for good? What if your mind didn't have to be an open battlefield for anyone to charge into? What if it could become a fortress, an inner citadel, a place so powerfully fortified, so wisely designed, that no insult, no provocation, no injustice could ever breach its walls, a place where you are the sovereign, where peace, strength, and an unshakable calm are the law of the land. This is not wishful thinking. This is not a magic trick. This is the aim of ancient Stoic philosophy. And today, we're not just giving you a few tips. We are giving you something far more powerful. How to master your anger and mind. Today, you will receive the blueprint. Step by step, stone by stone, we will show you how to construct a fortress in your mind. A fortress that will grant you true emotional invincibility. But before we lay the first stone, I want you to pause. Think. When was the last time someone or something external shattered your inner peace? What was it? A boss's words? A comment online? The actions of a loved one? What are your experiences with this feeling of powerlessness? Tell me in the comments below. Not to complain, but to acknowledge the enemy. Because only by knowing the enemy can we build the right defense. Join the discussion. This is the first step in our construction. Are you ready? Let's begin. Every great structure needs a solid plan. Ours is built in 5 essential stages. Stage 1. The foundation, the art of separation. You cannot build a stone fortress on shifting sand. Any mistake made on the foundation will ensure that even the strongest walls will one day crumble. The foundation of your inner citadel is invisible to others, but it is what holds everything else up. This foundation is the most powerful principle in all of Stoicism, the dichotomy of control. It is a simple, yet revolutionary idea. The universe is divided into 2 categories of things, those within your power and those outside of it. What is outside your power? Almost everything. The weather, the economy, what other people think of you, what they say, what they do, the traffic, the internet going down, sickness, the past, the future. What is within your power? Only one domain, your mind, your judgments, your reactions, your decisions, your will. Imagine you're at an airport. Your flight has just been canceled. Around you, people are screaming at the staff. They are cursing. They are panicking, their faces masks of stress. They have surrendered their power to the airline, to the weather, to a mechanical failure. Their inner peace has been annihilated by something they have absolutely no control over. Now, imagine yourself. You are standing in the same place. The news is the same. But you, the builder of the citadel, you make a different calculation. Is the cancelled flight within my power, you ask yourself? The answer is no. And what is within my power? My response: I can calmly walk to the desk. I can find an alternative flight. I can use this unexpected time to read a book. I can accept reality and find peace within it. This is the foundation. Understanding that trying to control the uncontrollable is the definition of insanity and the source of all suffering. Your power isn't in changing the world, but in mastering your response to it. Pause. The chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself, which are externals not under my control, and which have to do with the choices I actually control. Epictetus. Every time you feel the sting of anger or frustration, stop, breathe, and ask the builder's fundamental question: is this mine to control? If the answer is no, let it go. It is not your burden to carry. Focus only on what is yours, your next, chosen, deliberate response. This is the first and most powerful cornerstone of your citadel. Stage 2. The defensive walls protecting your energy and deflecting opinion. With a solid foundation, we can begin to raise the walls. The walls of your citadel serve two purposes. First, they mark your territory and protect your resources. Second, they are built to be so smooth and so strong that the arrows of the enemy, their words and opinions, glance right off, causing no harm. The first wall is the wall of boundaries. Your energy, your time, your attention, these are your most precious resources. Without them, your citadel is empty and weak. Boundaries are the conscious act of deciding what and who you allocate these resources to. Think of that friend who only calls to dump their frustrations on you, never asking how you are. Think of the family member who is always ready with helpful advice you never asked for. Think of the boss who drops a last-minute project on your desk at 5 p.m. on a Friday. Every time you say yes when you mean no, a breach forms in your wall. You allow someone else to claim your resources. Setting a boundary is not selfish. It is an act of profound self-preservation. It is the guard on the wall saying, "I'm sorry, but this part of the fortress is closed for the day." It can be done with kindness, but with unflinching firmness. I appreciate you thinking of me, but I'm not looking for advice right now. I'm happy to help you with that, but let's revisit it on Monday morning. The second wall is even more formidable. It is the shield of opinion. We live in a world where everyone has an opinion about you, and most of those opinions are worthless. They are a projection of other people's fears, biases, and experiences. They have nothing to do with who you truly are. When someone criticizes or praises you, remember this: their words are just vibrations in the air. They only gain power when you choose to let them inside your citadel and assign them meaning. Your worth is intrinsic. It is independent of external validation. To rely on the praise of others is to build your walls from sugar. They will dissolve in the first rain of criticism. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Marcus Aurelius. So when a harsh word comes your way, visualize it. See it as a blunted arrow striking your stone wall and falling harmlessly to the ground. It never reached you. It never had the power to. Your walls held strong. Stage 3. The Watchtower, the power of the pause. Your citadel has a foundation and walls. But a blind fortress is a vulnerable one. You need a high vantage point from which to see approaching challenges long before they reach your gates. This is the Watchtower. The Watchtower is the sacred space between stimulus and response. Someone cuts you off in traffic. That's the stimulus. Your heart pounds, you honk, you shout. That's the response. But where was the space? You reacted automatically, like a machine. The Stoic trains to build a watchtower in that space, to make it wider, to turn a millisecond of instinct into a few seconds of conscious thought. When the stimulus arrives, a rude email, a condescending tone, an unexpected problem, the first move is not to react. It is to retreat, to climb the stairs of your watchtower. From up there, you have perspective. You are detached from the heat of the moment on the ground. You can see the situation for what it is. You can ask the watchtower questions. What is really happening here? Is this person attacking me? Or are they simply in pain themselves? Is this a genuine threat? Or just a fleeting annoyance? What is the most virtuous, the most effective, the wisest way to respond? This pause is your superpower. It is the breaker switch that stops the chain reaction of anger. In this space, you reclaim your freedom, the freedom to choose. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom, often attributed to Viktor Frankl. Practice this. The next time you feel triggered, do nothing. Just breathe. Ascend your watchtower. Observe the emotion of anger without becoming it. Watch it like a cloud passing in the sky. You will find that most of the time, by simply observing it, it loses its power and dissipates on its own, long before it ever has a chance to command you. Stage 4. The Gatekeepers choosing your battles. Now that you can see challenges coming from your watchtower, you need guards at the gate, wise gatekeepers. Their job is not to fight every single person who approaches, but to decide who and what is worth letting inside. Your energy is finite. You cannot afford to spend it on every trivial disagreement, every battle of egos, every fight you are tempted into. The first duty of the gatekeeper is to let go of the need to be right. This need is a weakness. It's an insecurity that screams, "My self-worth is tied to winning this argument." The builder of the citadel knows their worth is intrinsic. It doesn't need to be proven in a pointless debate about politics with a relative or an online argument with a stranger. When you feel the urge to prove your point, your gatekeeper should step forward and ask, is this battle essential for the defense of the citadel? Or is it just my ego wanting a skirmish? Most of the time, the wisest response is a calm, "I see your point of view," and a dignified retreat. You lose the battle to win the war for your own peace. The second duty of the gatekeeper is to filter all incoming criticism. Not all criticism is an attack. Some of it is valuable intelligence that can help you strengthen your fortress. Your gatekeeper must learn to be a master assessor. When criticism arrives, the gatekeeper asks, does this come from a place of wisdom and goodwill? Is there truth in it that I can use to grow? Or is it born of envy, ignorance, or malice? If it's the former, you thank them, take the valuable material, and use it to improve your walls. If it's the latter, you nod politely, and let the gate remain firmly shut. The noise stays outside. It is not your concern. Stage 5. The Treasury, the inner wellspring of peace. Finally, we come to the heart of the citadel, the Treasury. Because a fortress, no matter how strong, is just a cold, empty prison if there is nothing of value inside. The treasury is where you cultivate the inner riches that make life worth living. Your treasury is filled with two priceless assets: gratitude and the art of letting go. Anger and gratitude cannot coexist in the same mind at the same time. It's a neurological impossibility. Anger thrives on a sense of lack, what you don't have, what was taken from you. Gratitude thrives on abundance, what you do have. When you feel anger bubbling up, your final line of defense is to consciously pivot to gratitude. You are stuck in traffic? Be grateful you have a car. Someone was rude to you? Be grateful for the kind people you know. Your plans fell apart? Be grateful for the ability to make new ones. This practice isn't about ignoring the negative. It's about actively choosing to focus on the good that always coexists with it. And the final jewel in the treasury is the art of letting go. This is the master skill. It's about understanding that holding on to anger, resentment, or grudges is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. The only person you are harming is yourself. Letting go is not forgiveness for their sake. It is freedom for yours. It is the final act of the sovereign, declaring, "What happened in the past no longer has any power over the present. I release this burden not because they deserve it, but because I deserve to be free." And there you have it. The blueprint, the foundation of control, the walls of boundaries and opinion, the watchtower of the pause, the gatekeepers who choose your battles, and the treasury of gratitude. This is your citadel. But a blueprint is just a piece of paper. The real work is in the building. Every day, you have the chance to lay another stone. Every time you are tested, every time you feel that flash of anger, you have a choice. Will you let the enemy breach your walls? Or will you use it as an opportunity to practice your craft? To make your fortress just a little bit stronger? This is not a project you finish. It is the practice of a lifetime. Your work begins now. So, let me ask you, what is the first stone you will lay for your citadel today? Let me know in the comments. If you are ready to continue the great work of building, subscribe to the Stoic Citadel and join our community of architects of the soul. Until next time, stay fortified.